You're still watching the AM show on JoyNews, your home of independent, fearless, incredible journalism. At this point in the conversation, I don't have Lady Sam. Who I have is Benjamin Akaku, my co-host.
You have Lady Ben.
I have Lady Ben in the studio with me. Lady Ben, how was your weekend? Happy birthday. You didn't tell me your birthday was yesterday.
I hinted at it, that it was in March. It was your duty to go and look for the date.
Is that what we're doing now?
Yeah.
Is that what we're really doing now?
Cow on air. Cow.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much.
I wish you God's unmerited favor, unending wealth and happiness.
Amen.
And so much love and laughter for the rest of your life.
Preach.
Happy
Amen.
birthday. You're a great guy. I mean, you deserve
you
all the good things that come your way.
You're a great woman too. So you see how God works.
Yeah?
Great women and great people.
Oh, yeah.
In
How did you
association.
celebrate though?
Friday, there was something I was supposed to attend. So friends organized, lovely people organized stuff for me Friday, Saturday, and yesterday. So yesterday, Friday, we were supposed to go for the Moses Bliss event and all of that, but the schedule and the way the day went, we couldn't make it. But Saturday, we had lots of fun. We went bowling and doing all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Sunday as well, Charlie. It was great. I thank everybody for that. But we have a call on the line.
I also thank everybody for making Benjamin's Day memorable. But we have a caller on the line all the way from Tamale. Good morning, Moses. Or Mohammed. Good morning.
Good morning.
Share your thoughts with us.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. We can hear you. What's on your mind this morning?
I just want to talk on about the food shortage in the NIC.
Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I completed last year in one of the technical institutes in Tamale, Tabokwa Technical. And when we were about to write our final exam, actually, it wasn't be frank. Because you may go to the dining hall and some will be asked to leave just because there were no food.
So you say somewhere what? Because there was no food?
Yes, because the food were not enough for us.
Oh wow! So some would go hungry.
Out of about 269 candidates, you may go to the dining hall and hundreds of the students will be saved.
Wow.
Yes.
Which school is this again?
The Bogwa Technical. And actually, I don't know whether it is solved by now or not, because we completed last year.
We didn't get the name of the school. Say again.
The Bogwa Technical.
The Mukbai.
The Bogwa Technical Institute.
All right, okay.
It's located in the Tamale Metropolitan. Tamale Metropolis.
All right. Thank you so much for giving us that information, adding your voice to the situation on the ground.
Oh. So that's someone who has been there, done that, and he's saying, look, let's face the reality, because this is what we had to face then. And looking at the number he mentioned, and those who would get food in the dining hall, so what would happen to the rest?
Someone said he only goes to school on Fridays because that's when he gets bread. I thought that was sad.
Because back then, it was common. I mean, we would go and if you didn't, there were some things, the top-ups were the milk and other things. So, but the real thing with bread and other stuff, I remember back then you would have your kenke with fish, you would have your rice and kontomire sometimes, you would have your, all those other things, your Tom Brown sometimes, your porridge. We had options. So now it gets worrying when the kids...
meals were things we looked forward to. But anyway, I'm just anxious to see the documentary when it is.
But you know what's of interest? The thing hasn't even started.
We're getting reactions and responses. And anyway. But I enjoyed your conversation with Dr. Asasante and Benefson and the running mate saga. I was reading something over the weekend about the Buzia, Dankwa, Dombo tradition of the NPP and how it started with the Kufuado as a Buzia, then Kufuor as a Buzia, a Kufuado as a Dankwa, and Dombo, which is now Baomia's turn. So his running mate has to come from Buzia, so that tradition continues. I thought that's an interesting way to pick precedents in running mates. But we have a call on the line. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining the conversation. What's your name? Oh, I think we lost that caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. What is it, Wahab?
Yeah, it's calling from Indy.
All right. Wahab, what are your thoughts for us?
Please, really, every situation goes with its problem. You get it? And as basic economics says, our wants are definitely insatiable. So there is no way there will be a policy without the policy having its own challenges. So we should rather speak much about the policy of free senior high, encourage the government to do more. If you come to the north, we are not like those of you staying in south. It will be very difficult for a parent to even afford a meal for a child, not to even talk of funding his or her secondary education. So for a government initiating such a wonderful policy, we should rather speak much about the positive and focus less on the negative, as definitely there can't be a policy without its challenges. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you too for joining the conversation. Remember, you can also call in. The numbers on your screen, 030-221-1691. Call us and tell us what's on your mind this morning. Benjamin, I was making that interesting observation about the Buzia Dankwa Dombo tradition. What do you think about it?
It's an interesting one, but it also then paints the picture about what we can expect this year, and if the candidate of the MPP doesn't win, what that will do for the cycle.
Right.
Because like you rightly mentioned, Buzia, represented by John Ejekum Kufuor.
Right.
Dankwa, represented by Nanaru Dankwa Kufuor. And the purported Dombo, because there are questions about whether this whole thing, but represented by Dr. Bawumia.
Right.
And whether that continuation or that cycle can remain. It's food for thought.
Yeah, and
but I think this election,
if they break it.
Yes.
What will it mean for them if they break that cycle?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And whether maybe a Dombo will also be given the opportunity ever again to come forward. I mean, all of these, because in politics you look at different angles, you look at what you think will work for you and all of that. So it's going to be an interesting election. I mean, for a student of politics, this election is one that people like me look forward to. A former president trying to become president again, first time ever. You have the retention of Mahama and Jane for the NDC. Then you have Bawumia trying to break the 8 and trying to be that person who actually does that with the likely Matthew Opoku-Prempeh pairing and all the other dynamics really that we have to look at. It's going to be a very, very interesting election. And some of us, we're salivating.
Oh, okay. To see what they serve you,
It's a student of politics, what would you call it? It's like a buffet that has been served from different angles. I want to see how people vote and how this election...
Who's your bet on?
Who's my bet on?
Yeah.
It's difficult at this point to say. But I will say this. In 2016, the messaging was clear, especially from the MPP. Free SHS, corruption, the economy, we'll work on Galamsey and all of that. Now, if you look at these issues I've mentioned, the economy, the MPP can't really talk about it. And we saw it in the SONA.
Yeah.
How Mr. President skirted around or totally avoided some of these topics. So the question is, how will the marketing be done? What will be the focal issues? Those in the end will shape opinion. But I want to believe that as of now, with the interactions we've had with people out there, and it's interesting, whenever we've gone into the Ashanti region, it's a very interesting, the Ashanti region is a place I'm looking at because if you listen to some of the comments that you would not hear in the Ashanti region, and even chiefs sticking their necks out and saying certain things, I want to see how voting turns out in the Ashanti region. I want to see how it turns out in the Eastern region, in the Central region, in the Northern Belt, especially in the Savannah region, and some other parts of the country, just to see how things go. You can't also take your eyes off the ball in the Volta region.
Right.
There's been a little bit of apathy there. Will they turn out this time? Will they not? Uti, how will it go? And in the Volta region, for example, Hohoi, right? John Peter Amewu, Is he going to be, so the dynamics, I mean, it's just a paradise for a student of politics.
I think it's also why the NDC is pussyfooting in selecting a running mate,
But they've gone past that hell and all that.
NPP selecting a running mate. And
because
Bawumia is... Yeah, I didn't think about it.
Pussyfooting. They are a pussy and being careful. Yeah.
Right. There's Michael from Afenya, right on time. Michael, good morning.
Morning. How are you?
We're good. How are you? Share your thoughts with us.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I'm doing well. Oh, you're also doing well. Yes. I want to talk on the performance of the state of their results.
I can't really hear you. Could you speak up a bit?
The result that...
Hello? Oh, we lost that caller. But Benjamin, I was saying that because the flag bearer is from the northern parts of the country.
Both flag bearers.
Both flag bearers, but I'm talking about the NPP. They need the support of the Ashanti Kingdom or the chiefs and the people. So whomever they choose to be a running mate to pair Bawumia with decides if they actually break the 8. The numbers game, the support game, the money game, the resources game, it all comes to bear in selecting the running mate.
It's even more crucial now for the MPP in the Ashanti region. Because any slip, any percentage lost will cost them. And to add insult to injury or rub salt in their wounds, you have an Alan Chamating who is also going to pour sand in the Gary.
They have a lot against them. All right. We have a last caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. And you?
I'm fantastic. Please share your thoughts with us.
Yes. This country, we are not developing. Most often people misconstrue development with growth. Okay? We are not developing, we are growing. Growth is organic. Whether you like it or not, we will grow. Development is the maturity in handling growth. 21st century, and we can't even feed our children. Okay? It's sad. I mean, when you watch, if you watch school feeding, what it is that we are feeding our children in 21st century. Politics is not NDC and MPP. We should get this straight. Politics is our life. We need to be serious. Okay? The context in which we place our politicians to work for us is what we should look at. It's what we should look at.
Right.
I have been saying this all the time. We've been entrusted. We were made to entrust the affairs of this country and its resources in the hands of a group for the same group to self-regulate themselves. And we expect them to live up to expectations. Every year we're bringing out students from the university and they are not getting jobs. That is growth. Whether we like it or not, we will grow. But development is the maturity in handling the growth. While people are building, what do you call it, a human droid or whatever name you give it, going to the space, we can't even feed our children in school. It's sad. We should stop spending our time and doing NDC and MPP and look at the context, the environment we place our politicians to work for us. This is what we should be doing. No, it's sad. You look at some of this, you watch some of this disheartening. Honestly, you can't even tell whether to keep your children in here or to take them out somewhere.
Right.
What do you think? What do you think the solution is?
He's gone. We've lost him. He said development is the maturity in how you handle growth. That's an interesting way to carve that thought.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Interesting thoughts, but definitely a worrying situation which he's reflecting on in our schools and beyond. But before we go, I found out and I have to celebrate a few people. So yesterday was my special day, but apparently I share it with some very special people. Former Vice Chancellor of the University for Health and Allied Sciences, Professor John Japong. He tells me it was his birthday as well yesterday. I met someone else, I've forgotten, who also celebrated her birthday, an old elderly woman. Then there's Mrs. Naomi Oting Dodu. Don't hang me for saying Naomi. Mrs. Naomi Oting Dodu. Then Yawache, son of, do you remember Yawache mattress? Okay, yeah, Yawache. All of you celebrated your birthdays yesterday together with me. So members of the clan, we celebrate you belatedly for that wonderful day. Yeah,
There's also a message from Eric from Multimedia Sales, and she says, happy birthday to Bishop Abraham Adu, who's CEO of Word Radio Media Educational Consultancy. I pray for long life, good health, and great grace in this new age, from Erica, who is here at Multimedia Sales.
Bishop Abraham Adu, is that it?
That's it.
Is it the same person I know?
I don't know.
Oh, wow. I'll have to check with him.
Yeah.
If it is, then he's more like a brother, senior brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bishop Abraham.
Well, happy birthday to you, Bishop. And that's how we're wrapping up for this morning's version of the AM show with me, Sweetie Abochi, and...
Well, with yours truly, Benjamin Akakpo. It's been fun coming your way. Look forward to more of same on this network. You know we are independent,
fearless,
and credible. Stay with us. Up next, JoyNews Desk.